No child knows anything about the vegetables. Only the parents learn about vegetables. Now at this age of 30 or 35, sometimes they are not able to differentiate between a mandarin orange and an ordinary orange. They did not know the difference between a cucumber and pumpkin so far. Now they have been given an opportunity to learn. Now I feel the pressure in the minds of the parents that they sit before the computer and go through various titles. What are the uses of tomato? Because now you have to write an extra point to get more marks. All of them know that tomato is a vegetable, but suddenly a doubt comes whether vegetable is a fruit or a tomato. Now the parents do not know because it looks like a fruit, but it is used as a vegetable. Now the child asks, "Ma, you do not know even this simple answer. कैसे कह सकते हैं ये फल हैं या तरकारियां हैं?" पूछ लेते हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं? Then the parent has to go to the Googles and then find out tomato was not used in India till 17th century, and only the Portuguese brought tomato here. And tomato is similar to another plant which was poisonous. So somebody has to eat it in front of the Americans to prove that this can be used as a vegetable and it is not poisonous. All those things they read from internet, and now they tell the children, they write one extra point. It is the purpose which decides whether tomato is a fruit or a vegetable. When you make a juice, it becomes a fruit. When you make a curry, it becomes a vegetable. Now a nice compromise. Invariably I find the children are given too much of homework, and parents also like it. Parents want too much of homework. I would not blame the schools. I know some schools where they think that children should be left free. Now the parents are not free to handle the children. Parents are too much occupied by so many things. They have to see the serials. They do not know what happened to the particular person in the serial which they have seen yesterday. They have to enjoy the turns and twists. In most of the homes, news time is the one in which they prepare the food. Now the children want to ask more questions from the parents. They want some stories. They want lot of inputs from the parents, but the parents are already tired. Now they want the children to be occupied. So they think that the school which gives more homework is the best school on the earth. Make the children occupied. In summer also put them in some activity. They call it activity. When we were young, playing was for fun. Today, playing is an activity. It is just like women cooking in the house is not counted for per capita income. A woman who takes care of the house, takes care of the children, takes care of the husband, who supervises the payment of electricity bill, who monitors the receipt of gas cylinders, which is very difficult, who watches all the maintenance of the house, monitors the house, is called housewife. This term is used only in India. Nowhere else it is used. How can a house has a wife? This question is to be asked. You can only say that she is the house manager. And your wife does more work than the husband. Because managing the husband is the most difficult thing, which is done by the husband. But now, when a woman cooks in the house, it is not counted for the per capita income, but when a man cooks in the restaurant, it is counted for the per capita income. When I asked this, one of the mothers said, yes, that is counted as an income for the simple reason that money is the only factor that decides what cuisine he prepares in the restaurant. But we work with love, so love cannot be valued. A mother never works for money. I asked one of my friends, do you pray before you eat? He said, no need for me to pray because my mother cooks well. So only those who think that it may harm their health have to pray before they take food. So it is similar to that. The term is very, very intriguing term, and it is a redundant term. So, the children today do a lot of homework, not because the school wants the children to do homework, but because of the preoccupations of the parents. They want the children to do a lot of activities. When they ask them to play, it is an activity. When they ask them to draw, it is an activity. And in summer, if you organize a program for the children, you can become a millionaire, because parents do not know what to do with their children. You organize a dance program for the children, put 4 or 5 people. And what is this dance? The right finger will be pointing the moon and the left leg will be starting the scooter, and that is dance. And if somebody does this for 10 times, it is a beautiful dance. The child should become tired. When it comes back, it should not ask any question, eat and sleep. That is the ultimate objective of the parents. Today, children are very active because after 1990s, some changes taken place in their genetic composition. Kindly, parents should understand it. Our children are much more intelligent than us. This factor has to be appreciated, and this factor has to be harnessed properly. This is a great blessing that our children are much more intelligent than us. So you have to educate them in a different way. It is not possible just by giving them more homework. Your children will be bored. I have seen one child doing the imposition. They have asked him to write one sentence for 10 times, the first standard student. Now the first standard student has written that line properly, and afterwards he has put ditto, ditto, ditto. When I asked him, why are you not writing 10 times? He said, I knew, why should I write it again and again? It is sheer waste of time. Let me do something else. So today, children are easily bored. There is a difference between submissiveness, obedience, and disobedience. We think that our children should be obedient. It's all right. But in the pretext of being obedient, we ask them to be submissive. Submissiveness is totally different from obedience. Obedience simply means that a child will obey if it is convinced. If it is convinced that your instruction is correct, it will obey. When it is not correct, it will not obey. Give them the right to disobey. Then only the obedience will be complete. If the child is asked to obey for all the orders that you give, then it will become submissive. Then the creative instinct of the child will be killed. science has developed not because of submissiveness. The world always believed that the earth was flat, and one person said, no, it is not flat. It is round in nature. The person was condemned, but the truth prevailed. Only the people who were not admitting the facts which were advocated by the society could produce something different. That is why I tell the parents that let your children be original. Let playing become a fun. Let it not become an activity. Don't fix the time you should play for 1 hour. If the child feels like playing for 2 hours, let it play. The children have got a lot of extra energy. Kindly understand that when you were a child, you did not have such a nutritious food. I am telling you frankly that today the food is more nutritious, and today the food has more fat content. 25 years ago, hardly a parent in Chennai would be knowing about paneer. Today, in almost all the restaurants, when they go for outing, they eat only paneer butter masalas, full of cheese. And they eat the cheese, they tend to put extra weight, and they've got extra energy, and that extra energy is to be thrown somewhere. And all of us are living in the flats. And many students never touch the earth, because whenever they go out, they wear slippers or shoes. When they come to the school, they wear shoes. When they play, they wear shorts, sports shoes. And we do not allow the children to go and play with bare hands. I am reminded of the great poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. A child was dressed with beautiful clothes, lot of ornaments, because it was the birthday of the child. New garments, golden bracelets, golden chains, and he was made to sit in the veranda and watch the other children playing. The child said, I am not happy with this dress. Kindly remove my dress and remove my ornaments. I want to play with the other children. This is a burden on me. Children should be allowed to play with bare feet. There is a joy in touching the ground, which we are missing. There is a joy in handling the soil. Yes, definitely some worms will go inside. Definitely some diarrhea will take place. But if the children are not experiencing diarrhea, then how could they learn about nature? If the children do not get hurt, how could they learn how to play effectively? It is only through wounds, it is only through bleeding we can learn about life. And we are not educating the children to